Just finished taking the low roof van Sprinter 2021 that we picked up in Phoenix to Tacoma, Washington. So I thought I would do a review of the first 2,000 miles and on that trip to give you a comparison. I mean, for one thing, to give you a review of this vehicle, but also give you a comparison to our 2019 Sprinter 144 four-wheel drive high roof. So the difference is we have four-wheel drive on the 2019 and we have a high roof, otherwise the same vehicle. One thing is this is brand new, so it gives a totally different feel. Brakes are brand new. It's clean, it's nice. We keep our other one nice and clean too, but so part of that goes into this equation. A couple things that I'll mention along the way. We had some windy conditions and hardly felt it at all. You know, the wind was not an issue. It's not a big issue on our high roof either. So either way, it's not. But the crosswind assist worked a couple times. I would say about 5-6 times on this van, and it just brakes one wheel, and it keeps you from getting pushed by the wind over. And it was nice. It was actually very nice. We've had it happen before on our four-wheel drive, and it was a little bit more abrupt and it was harsher, and it was more like, you know, this one was like just little tiny bit, almost like if you felt the wind, instead you felt a little bit of braking, and it worked very well. The difference might have been on the four-wheel drive, our other Sprinter, is that the wind was bigger at that time and it actually pushed this more, which is most likely. I don't know if there's a difference in how they programmed their crosswind, but anyway, it was very nice. This one has electronic steering. The four-wheel drive Sprinter has hydraulic steering. So when you're driving, the disadvantage is, you know, I felt like you had to kind of like correct more often, even though no big deal. It's just that's probably a comparison to the hydraulic steering. But this one feels more like a car for sure. The electronic steering is much nicer to drive long term than the hydraulic. I'm not sure why they have hydraulic, and only I believe only in the four-wheel drives do they have hydraulic steering. So if you know why, comment below, because I'd like to know why. And it's probably an obvious, but I don't know what that is. This one, like our 4x4, has blind spot assistance, which is really nice, very nice, highly recommended. This one has no windows as of now. We're going to be installing them later. So having the blind spot assist really works well. So you learn to use your blinkers all the time, because as soon as you blink, if there is somebody in your blind spot, it'll give you a warning. Other than that, you can look at the triangles in your mirrors and it'll tell you. But I can't see my blind spot in here. Outside, I also have another mirror here. But having the assist is huge. It's so nice. In the 4x4, I have the assist, but I also have no blind spots because we have windows, so I can look out. This one has the Wi-Fi Android Auto, and it's much better. For some reason, my phone, and it could be our cable on our 4x4, so I gotta look into that. But it's very nice. It just connects right up without having any cords or whatever. On the 4x4, you have to plug it in. It's not a big deal, but it doesn't work as smooth as this one does. And like I said, it could be the cord on the other one. I always thought it was my phone, but no, this works really good. So as soon as you're coming here, it connects via Wi-Fi, and you have that. And Android Auto, or I don't know what Apple's is, maybe, yeah, CarPlay or something. Very nice. You know, navigation is very slick on here. The quietness of the van was superb. I mean, it was basically like driving in a car. It was very nice, and you have such a big back area, but with the paneled walls, I think that makes a big difference right now. There was basically no noise. The only thing that it does do differently, because it's not filled out right now, so there's no weight in the back. If you go over bumps, you know, like a speed bump or whatever, it's bouncy. Not necessarily on the road, normal road, not bouncy, but definitely needs weight in the back, which is a good thing because it's going to get a lot of weight soon. But quiet, felt very comfortable. I think quieter than our 4x4 when it was new, because it has the paneled walls, as we did not in the 4x4. fuel mileage, which is really good. So this is a 4-cylinder gas turbo engine, and we got 22 miles per gallon, going about 1,500 miles in that range. So that was very good. Very, very impressed. The thing is, again, it's not weighted out, so it's going to add a few more 1,000 pounds, and we'll see where it goes to, but it'll probably stay very close, I would guess. Like I said before, it drives like a car, very easy, it's nimble. It feels much more nimble than the 4x4. I don't know why. We're a little bit lower to the ground, but I enjoy the 4x4's height more. So if I have a choice as far as the height, I would prefer the 4x4. It's up just a little bit. You feel like you're basically a semi-truck in the 4x4 compared to this. But this one is also pretty good. This one does not have lane assist, which is very nice. I am constantly turning it off on the 4x4. And this one does not have it, so that's a good thing. I don't need to turn it off. One thing too on this, there's no hesitation on the accelerator. On the diesel, or at least ours, and other people have the same problem, you have a hesitation on acceleration, either as you're going in traffic or when you're stopping from a stop sign. This does not have any hesitation, so it's much quicker, much more confidence when you're pulling out from something that you're going to get in front of that car or whatever. The diesel does not, and we have pedal control in there, and it's still an issue. So that I'm not exactly sure. That's, you know, partly with the EGR valve, and if you look at our other videos, we have how to clean the EGR valve. Obviously this one does not have an EGR valve, or I don't believe it does, but the diesel does. This is definitely more nimble feeling, even though it's the same footprints, 144, it's just the low roof, that's about it. It's just the electronic steering and no hesitation, and the gas pedal makes it feel much more like a car. And like I said when I started this video, anytime it's brand new, it's got brand new brakes, it's got, you know, it feels clean, it smells clean. That makes a difference in the psyche on how you're going to like the vehicle. So I know that's the case, but I think it has about 2,000 miles on it now, and it's really been nice. And so we'll see now with the build out on how that works as far as the functionality of the low roof compared to the high roof. But the overall car, very pleased with it, or the van, very pleased with it. And some of the things that it doesn't have that the 4x4 has is good, as far as that lane assist not being on here. I don't have to turn it off. Other than that, it's good. And, you know, in the 4x4 I enjoy too. There's just little hiccups that we have in that which we don't have here. This one does not have one of the chips installed. That'll get installed later, and that's for the SOS and a few other items, and like the AT&T Wi-Fi, which we have on the 4x4, that does not work. Well, I can't tell you if it works on here because that chip's not in here. It doesn't have that functionality at this time. But that is it for the review. We're going to be doing a lot more with this van and giving you a lot more videos. So subscribe and follow along. But if you have any questions, I'll try and answer it. Not an expert, but just drove it 2,000 miles, like it. And definitely give a like on the video if you would. Very much appreciated. So until the next video, we'll see ya.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys.